Hello from ChiNature.com. This is Mark Josie. Today we'll be talking about the Tiberius 4.1 and how to turn it to use air from the back. So for those of you who are using air from the mag right here feeding up, this video will be very useful. Okay, pros and cons. Okay, the magazine, the airless mag, that doesn't come with the CO2 thingy. Okay, they are like that. Basically it's just a cap that you put on here to replace it, and inside here you got your secret compartment that you can store 10 or 11 rounds of balls in there. So I personally like that, really like that idea, and it makes your thing so tactical, like, so you can really use this as a compartment to store spare ammo. The other one, I think personally, for paintball player, this is really cool because you can use CO2 in the mag like that, and since it's feeding CO2 from here, you don't have that compartment, and also the mag is heavier, but then you can have the compact sized version of the T4.1 going out like this without everything on top, you know, without the, like, you try to go compact and remove as much things as possible and make it very compact like. So anyway, so in case you guys want to run air from the back, like how I do, that's what you need to do. First thing first, remove the barrel. Okay, take your, sorry, this is my HPA tank. So take your gun, okay, right here, turn counterclockwise, pull the thing out while you move the barrel, okay, and then press it here and remove the barrel. It just slides out. Very easy. Okay guys, now the barrel is slided out. We want to remove the delta ring, not remove it, loosen it up. Okay, you may have a tool, a wrench to help. If you don't, sometimes screwing by hand is fine. Okay, so now you loosen up the plate right here, okay, so that you can push out the pin right here. Push it from the other side, remove it. Ta-da! There you go. Very easy. Okay. So now we have to turn this fire selector all the way to the right side, pointing to the pin, and you can go like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is the regulator. Have your tools ready. Now you have your solid stem. Remember the solid stem, not the one with a hole. Okay, it's a solid one. And then the O-ring and such. You have your body plug. Okay. Okay, let's go. So what we want to do is allow this gun to load air from here, but not from here, right? Not from the mag. So the first thing you want to do is right here, there is an O-ring. Remove that by pulling back the trigger a little bit, and then push the latch thing forward and remove. Okay, so just use your finger lightly and it will come off. So with some patience, there you go. Okay, there you go. O-ring turn off. Now remove the latch from the trigger by pulling back the trigger and then remove. Very easy. Push this aside and we will remove the two screws. Remember the screws, you have to keep them in order because there's a longer one and a shorter one. If you mix them up, it's no good. Okay, so whoops, my GoPro. Okay, so basically right now we have to remove this. Hard to see. Did we get the right size? I think we did. Okay, shit. Wrong size wrench. Just a minute. Allen key. Okay, there we go. This is the right size. Okay, Allen key. Ta-da! There we go. Okay. So remove this screw right here. And the other screw is below the trigger. For that one, easy. Pull the trigger back and then unscrew at the same time. Okay, right here. Okay. Unscrew at the same time. You'll feel the whole regulator just go loose. That's fine. Okay. Now we take the regulator. We'll take it out, okay? Whoops, need to do a little bit more unscrewing. on this one. Not done yet. Okay, there we go. Okay, after doing that, the first thing you do is use a Allen key to push the bolt forward. And if you have your barrel installed, you cannot do this, okay? Remember, barrel out, push it all the way forward, like this, all the way forward. If you don't do this part, you cannot shoot the gun later on, okay? Remember. Okay, now let's work with the regulator. Okay, keep the screws and the little silver thing. Remember which is which. The shorter one goes where the trigger is, and the longer one goes near the stem, okay? Right here, if yours is loading from the mag, loading air from the mag, you have a body plug right here. Use your nail or screwdriver, whatever, to plug it out, okay? So plug that thing out. Okay, need some help with a tool. You can use a tweezer, something like that. Just something, okay, that can pick it up. Okay, let me try to see if I have anything to help me here. Anything works, you know, like a little, very skinny Allen wrench will sometimes do the job. Okay. So basically, it's about this thing, the white thing. Okay, you want to pick it out. Come on. Time to get up. Okay, let me get a tweezer. Okay guys, we're back with a tweezer. Let's see if we can do that. I think so. Okay, a tweezer. There we go. Almost there. Have some patience. Do not lose this plug though. It's very important. Okay, very hard to pull out. There we go. Okay, so this thing is out, and next we will need the O-ring from your little bag. You have an O-ring and the stem, right? You take the O-ring. Okay, O-ring. What it does is allow air to flow from the back end into the regulator. For a little bit of improvement, you can have your silicone grease to grease the O-ring. Just with a finger, dab a bit of grease, and then we will rub around the thing. Just a little bit will do, just to coat the O-ring, and it will last a very long time. You can might as well drop some oil on top of these. Okay. Now your O-ring is installed right here. Push it in with your finger. Okay. Make sure it's seated properly inside. If it's not, okay, it's a big problem. Okay. Might as well want to grease this part, the O-ring. Okay, we're done. Now let's put this back into the little compartment right here. Okay, so short screws right here. Okay, this is the stem. The other side, short screw. Okay, long screws on the side with the stem. Now we'll put this back into this spot with the trigger. Pull back and slowly. There you go. Okay. Whoa. With the Allen key, we tighten up both screws. Let's tighten up this one first. Okay. Loosen it a bit. Tighten the front. It is very easy, okay? Nothing will fall apart. Nothing will break, don't worry. No springs will kind of like pop up. Okay. So basically, we secure the two screws first before we even work with the stem. Okay, now that both screws are in, we can now work with the stem, okay? To work with the stem, you will need a wrench adjustable wrench will work, and you will be replacing the stem with the silver one. See? Or it can be black, but make sure that you look into here. It's supposed to be solid. Okay, let me grab my wrench. So we have our wrench. Adjustable wrench works. Okay, so what you're doing is put your hand here, put your wrench here, and twist it counterclockwise. Okay, like so. You can do it while the regulator is out, not like this. Okay, but anyway, that works. Both way works. Okay. We just grab it and okay, there we go. Turn. Okay. Loosen it up, and now you can even turn it by hand. See? Very easy. Do not lose the O-ring inside. There's an O-ring inside. Okay, don't lose it. Keep this thing inside your bag and swap it with a with the solid one. Okay. There's also an O-ring here. If you like, you can use silicone grease on that as well. The silicone grease for the hill pump, high pressure pump. Okay, you can use a bit of that as well. It helps to seal that O-ring better and prevents wear and tear. Okay, so a little bit of silicone grease. If you don't have it, just keep it as is. Doesn't matter. Okay. Now push this back into place and screw by hand. Screw. Okay. Now that it's screwed in by hand, we use the Allen wrench. The wrench to tighten it back to finger tight. Okay, finger tight only, not too tight. Okay, not too tight. So right here, use your finger to kind of push it a tiny bit. Okay, enough. You don't need a lot of force to secure the thing. Okay, remember, don't like and tighten it. It can damage your stuff inside. Okay, so just tiny bit tight is fine. Let me check. Okay, so okay guys, right now it's finger tight and we're done. Okay, last thing you want to do is put this latch over to here and put it back into the trigger place. Put it back with the trigger. Okay. And the O-ring, little O-ring there, don't forget that, very important O-ring. If you don't have this O-ring, the trigger is going to fall out. Okay. Now everything is done. Put this back. And the pin, first thing goes, the pin. Okay, body pin. Okay, this body plug, we have to store it with the bag, okay? Do not lose it. You need these parts for the future. So do not lose it. Keep them in a very secure place. Now, okay, for this, the delta ring, you screw it back on and tighten up the ring. Now air will go from here and inside and into the regulator, but not out the mag. We'll test it out very soon. Okay, last, barrel. To install the barrel is very easy. Basically, make sure you slide it down. Don't push it. Okay, don't push it, guys. For here, you see the barrel locking screw. Make sure it's pulled out. Okay, and then push this place to make it go down, and then push this back, lock it, and turn clockwise. Okay, now the barrel is locked in place. Basically, that's it for putting back your gun. Now air will go from here and in. Now, to use CO2 in this kind of setup, you can screw in a tank. You can screw it on off in a tank, or you can use CO2 with a 12 gram CO2 charger. You can buy these in the paintball store. Okay, put your 12 gram in. Okay, put this in here first and your 12 gram, and you can shoot with 1 12 gram CO2 installed. Or you can get the RAV4 2 CO2 thingy. Okay, this is just directly to your ASA like that, and so air will go from 2 CO2 into your gun, and you can have this kind of setup too. So many options here, and basically it's all about what you like. Okay, so now we're going to test it out with HPA and see how the thing works. So let's go to our our other area to test it out. Okay, so we'll go back to our carpet here. Okay, so this is the mag without the CO2 thing inside, very lightweight. Okay, now to screw the air from here and into here, you might want to do something first. You might want to get yourself an on-off, as you see in my little bag of many treasure. Okay, there's an inline on-off right here. Okay, you want to put the inline on-off on first. This one you can buy from paintball store, about 12 to 14 bucks. Okay, what it does is allow you to turn off the air from the tank, and so that no air is going inside. Okay, basically that should do. And also don't forget, in your little kit of tool, your kit of stuff, there is a wrench somewhere. Hey, where's that wrench? There we go. See, this wrench is for tightening the delta ring, so we might as well do that. Okay, tighten it up a little bit so that it's secured in place. Very safe. Okay, done. Now we can run air from here and in, and also shut the air whenever we want. So let's try this out. Ninja tank, 850 psi output. Okay, all the way in. Okay, good. Now your gun is ready to fire. Take a look. Okay, screw this in all the way. Screw it out to punch. Now your gun is gassed up. Okay, might as well do a magazine of shooting using breaker balls. Okay, we'll shoot 5 rounds. Okay, guys, load it up. 5 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you see, there's no magazine. It's not leaking out from here, so you don't put any CO2 in. Okay, you can use the CO2 mag, but you don't need to. You can use the Airless Mag, which is cheaper. Okay, the CO2 mag will work too. Just don't put a CO2 inside, and it will work. Okay, no air is leaking from that side. Okay, so we got 5 shots here. Let's try it out. Okay, we're at our little range, or whatever you call that. Okay, chronograph. My gun is tuned to high power. Now we're shooting 6.2 grams breaker balls. Okay, mind you, that is very high power. Wow. Okay, 278. As you see, with HPA, it's lower power than with CO2. 278 first shot. 280. Okay. It's louder with HPA. Weird. But you can actually turn it up more. 283. Okay, so we did our 3 shots. We don't want to shoot anymore. Let's drop the mag. See, no air will come out. Now we will turn this all the way in to degas. As you see, there's no more air going into the gun, and there's no more air inside the gun. Okay, might as well screw the thing out. Okay, and you see, no more air. Okay, so it's very safe and very easy to work with. With CO2 in, you're gonna get a bit more pressure, so the power will raise. I did not change the settings on the regulator. So with CO2, I just did a video. Okay, with CO2, you're seeing like 330, 320 something with breaker balls. And then I changed to HPA. It dropped to 280-ish FPS right now. So I can turn my regulator up to get my high power again. But remember, guys, if you turn it up, that means you have to also be aware that the CO2, if you put one CO2 in and fire the gun at that high power, the CO2 can blow out your O-ring. I tested that this gun will blow out the O-ring inside your bolt if you're shooting breaker balls at like if it's going to 350-ish FPS. So the maximum power of this gun is about that kind of power, at 36 joules, maximum 36 joules. If you shoot at that kind of level, it is going to max out the gun, and it's very unstable and not safe and such. So I would say tune the gun to shoot about 30 to 33 joules. It's very good. With HPA regulated air, you can get a very stable and steady 33 joules without any issues. So basically, that's the setup, and I hope you guys like it. So remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.